Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from Lady Wildcat Field here in Lovington as we get ready for this single game between your Lovington Lady Cats and the Lady Bulldogs of Artesia. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks so much for being with us as we get ready for the start of this one. Let's go and run down the lineups for you. We will start with the visiting Bulldogs of Artesia. They are, of course, coached by longtime head coach Sandra Polito. 19-4 on the year. They are 6-0 in the district race and number 1 in the Max Preps rankings in Class 6A. Leading off and playing third will be Daniela Munoz. Batting second and pitching will be Katrin Marquez. Hitting in the third slot, playing first base, Kaden Apodaca. Batting fourth and playing second, Jade Hammond. Batting fifth and is the shortstop, Jenna Whitmire. Batting sixth and playing left field, Brooklyn Fuentes. In the seventh slot and catching, Aiden Lavarillo. Batting eighth is the DP, Jalen Stroud. Hitting in place of Janae Molina, playing center. And in the ninth slot, playing in right field, is Isabel Cruz. Turning the page for your Lovington Lady Cats under head coach Stephen McCraw, 13-10 on the year. They are 4-2 in district. And in the Max Preps rankings, they are number 6 overall. Leading it off and playing shortstop will be Leslie Corral. Batting second and catching Delilah Ruiz. Batting third, playing center field, Zimmery Ellis. Batting fourth is the first baseman, Johanna Ochoa. Batting fifth, playing right, Nini Hernandez. Batting sixth, getting the start at third base today will be Zoe Ellis. Batting seventh and playing in left field, Bailey Garcia. Batting eighth is the DP, Braylon Hernandez. She'll hit in place of Aubrey Rivero, who starts at second. And then the eighth grader, Desiree Quiroga, is in the ring and will be batting ninth. So getting ready for the start of this one. A lot on the line. The Artesia Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs, can claim the district championship here this afternoon if they beat Lovington. I mean, probably. There's no real probably to it. Artesia will be the district champs. It's just Lovington doesn't want them to claim it on their home field here today. So if they could put that off until Friday, I think that is exactly what Lovington would like to do. Of course, a win here also gets them one of those points in the matrix, which will help their seeding when we get into the regional round here next week. As a matter of fact, golly, it's hard to believe this season is now 3 games from the conclusion of this one. As Coach Polito and Coach McCraw meeting at home plate, Artesia will be in the Road Orange unis, all orange with the white letters and numbers. Lovington in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers, and Wildcats in script on the front. As we get ready for the first pitch of this afternoon's game, if I can get my phone to cooperate, 89 degrees and a pretty stiff wind blowing out of the west. So that is right to left, pretty much straight across the field and gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Of course, these two teams met in Artesia a couple of weeks ago. Artesia winning both those games. The first one pretty much a runaway for the Lady Bulldogs. The Lady Cats made the second one interesting before falling by just 1 run late. We hope we get one of the more interesting games instead of the blowouts. Again, Artesia with the ability to claim the district championship here this afternoon with the win. Lovington does not want that to happen. So again, the two teams meeting at home plate, or the two coaches, I should say, meeting at home plate after tonight. We will have one more game, and that will be actually 2 more games, and they were originally scheduled for Friday, but because of potential weather, they have been moved to Thursday. The Goddard Lady Rockets will be coming to town Thursday afternoon for a doubleheader. You'll be able to see that here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Dawn Morgan we'll have the call on that one. I'll be across campus doing the baseball games. Of course, the weather has got all kinds of stuff moving all over the place. The boys' baseball doubleheader in Portales, originally scheduled for Friday, has been bumped back to Saturday. But we'll have all of them. Just keep your eyes on the front page of HobbsAmerica.com for all of the latest for all of your Lee County squads. Of course, we do them all here from New Walmart Digital, One Radio Square, KZOR Sports. So thank you very much, Tiff. I will bump myself down just a bit there. So a beautiful afternoon, minus the wind for softball, but, it is, April in southeast New Mexico. The wind's just going to blow. You're used to playing in it. We're used to calling games in it, and a lot still on the line with 3 games left in the season. Of course, the coach is going over the ground rules with the umpires, and hands are being shaken and getting ready for the start of Lovington Artesia. So they'll be introducing the teams and then, of course, the national anthem. So we will take the timeout, come back with the first pitch. This is Lovington Lady Cat Softball from the Walmart Digital and KZOR Sports right here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Back here at Lady Cat Park, Lady Cat Field, getting ready for the start of this district matchup between Lovington and Artesia. A windy afternoon, but all in all, a pretty nice one. A lot on the line. Lovington trying to keep Artesia from claiming the district championship, at least here today at the friendly confines. And Artesia, of course, looking to wrap it up and sweep Lovington in the season series. It'll be Munoz, Marquez, and Apodaca. That is 1, 2, and 3 for the Lady Bulldogs. Setting your Lady Cats defensively, you have Quiroga. She is in the ring, and her battery mate is Ruiz. The rest of the infield, first to third, will be Ochoa, Rivero, Corral, and Ellis. Your outfield from left to right is Garcia, Ellis, and Hernandez. That is Nini Hernandez out in right field. Zoe Ellis at third, and Zimmery, of course, patrols center field. So the 8th grader Kidoga in the ring as we get ready for the start of this one. Of course, normally when Kidoga is in the ring and pitching, you have Avery Sanchez. She is the catcher, but she sustained an injury earlier today and not able to go. We certainly hope that she will be all right. So the throw down, and here we go. Top of the first inning as Munoz will lead it off. This Artesia team, they can all bang, they all hit for high average, and they can be extremely aggressive on the base paths. So they are going to pressure this young Lovington defense. So Quiroga ready to go. She toes the rubber, and we are underway. The line in the first pitch will be a fastball away, and it is ball number 1. The 1-ball, no strike count. Outfield is deep. Infield pretty much their normal positions. Everybody playing pretty well straight up. So Ruiz will look in, get ready, and dealing, and that one is at the top of the zone on the inside corner, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count to Munoz, leading things off for the Lady Bulldogs of Artesia. 1-1 delivery on the way, took something off of that one, and some late movement, and it tails and shaves the corner on the outside for a called strike 2. So the 1-2 count. Munoz puts the bat on the shoulder. Now she settles in right at the front of the right side box. Quiroga ready, wheels, fires. That one, the riser's out of the zone. And things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Munoz, Marquez, and Apodaca. 1-2-3 for the Bulldogs. Off-speed pitch, and that one just missing outside. Munoz kind of tapped the feet just a little bit, thought about offering at it. Realized it was going to be outside. Was sitting, I think, on the fastball, but you can move that one in a little bit. Could be a devastating pitch. And in on the inside corner. Called strike 3. Ringer up, center down. As Quiroga will ring up Munoz. And there is 1 down here in the top of the first. So that'll be Katrin Marquez, pitcher-on-pitcher battle. First one we are seeing this afternoon. So Quiroga will check the wristband, ready to go, and the first pitch, and that one is on the outside corner, knee-high, good pitch for a called strike 1. A little bit of late movement on that, Quiroga. Fastball, rising fastball, changeup, curveball. She's got the entire arsenal, so to speak. And the pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow right field. Going over is Rivero on the run, and behind first base will make the grab as Marquez will pop it out to Rivero, and 2 up, 2 down. And now it'll be Caden Apodaca to the plate. Apodaca definitely with one of the bigger sticks in the lineup. If she can square one up, it could get out of here in a hurry. And she will try to square that one up, and it is foul out into left field as Garcia gives chase, can't get to it. It's just kind of a loud strike 1. He was sitting the fastball and wanted to put some juice in it. Outfield deep as you would expect. Infield playing straight up with 2 down. In the 0-1 pitch, that one comes inside. Ruiz not able to handle it. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lovington would love nothing more than to get out of this top of the first with a clean inning. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. That one will be low for ball 2. So the 2-1 count, 2 down. Apodaca with the wide open stance and the pitch, the change up, and that one will clip the outside corner. Apodaca thinking fastball. And Quiroga fooled her up a little bit with that one. And so it evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back out momentarily, now back in. Quiroga ready. 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is heading out of play over the Lovington dugout on the right side. So the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. As As Quiroga and Ruiz both looking into the dugout. Signs being relayed out to them. Everybody checking the wristbands. And the windmill wind 2-2 pitch. That one sails away. So that will run the count full to Apodaca. Now let's see what they come up with on the full count here. A lot of teams, Apodaca would be one, yeah, we'll just pitch around her and go to the next one, but not that way with Artesia. That one swung on. It's a little pop-up. Could be trouble outside, almost like a bunt. Getting to it is going to be Ochoa. Flips it to Rivero, but not in time. Apodaca with good speed beats it out, almost like an infield, like a bunt. It'll be an infield two-out single for Apodaca. Didn't square it up, but hit it where they ain't. That's all you got to do sometimes. Is now the second baseman, Jade Hammond, to the plate. So Hammond will step in with a runner at first, 2 outs, cleanup hitter for these Lady Bulldogs. And the first pitch, fastball swung on and missed. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count. And trying to overcome the little bloop infield single by Apodaca, who stands at first. Ochoa, he's kind of in the neighborhood. Is that one going to tail over the outside corner? A little late break for a called strike 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. And now Quiroga has gotten her looking outside. Let's see if maybe she comes inside this time, and she will, but it'll be high. And it makes it a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the cleanup hitter, Hammond, back in. Pretty neutral stance right at the front of the box. And the 1-2 swung on, and that one is fouled with authority into the chain link in front of the Lovington dugout. The count stays at 1-2. Again, everybody checks the wristband. And the 1-2 check swing and off speed outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Ring her up and sit her down. So the 2-out single does not come back to haunt the Lady Cats after a half inning of play. Artesia nothing. Lovington coming to bat. This is Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on for Artesia in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Corral, Ruiz, and Zimmery Ellis. That is 1-2-3 for the Lady Cats. It is Marquez in the ring for the Lady Bulldogs. Lavario is behind the plate. Apodaca, Hammond, Whitmire, and Munoz. That's your infield first to third. And the outfield left to right, Fuentes, Molina, and Cruz. Lovington, a very, very young team. Just 2 seniors on the squad. One of them's hurt. So a lot of 8th graders and freshmen getting a lot of time for this 13-10 squad. Currently sitting at 6 in the Max Preps rankings and the coaches poll. Of course, and I think Coach McCraw would agree with me, probably no way for him to crawl into the top 4 and get a home regional playoff next week. But the higher you go, the easier it becomes. So a lot on the line for this young Lady Cats squad. So Marquez in the ring. We are ready to go. Bottom of the first inning. Oh, she will wind, and that one is swung on, and that one is hit down the line in left. If it is fair, it could be trouble, but it'll be just foul. As Corral was sitting back on that one, and a long, loud strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Corral got around on that one just a little bit quick. Marquez with good stuff in the ring. And does possess the whole arsenal. So now the 0-1 count to Corral leading it off. Marquez ready to deal, and the 0-1 pitch fastball rises out of the zone and away and evens things up at a ball on a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Corral, Ruiz, Ellis. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller toward short. Whitmire charges, comes up with it, fires to first in time to get the speedy Corral. As Apodaca stretches out, 6-3 in the books for out number 1. So 1 down, and now it'll be Delilah Ruiz to the plate. So Delilah will step in with 1 down, nobody on. Outfield playing deep. Everybody on the infield playing pretty well straight up. So Delilah ready. And the first pitch to Ruiz is on the outside corner, called strike 1. Delilah was originally not slated to start in the field in this game. She was slated to hit as the DP, but then the injury to Sanchez. A 1 pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner. Shaves the black, evens or runs the count 0-2. Now this ump does like the outside corners. He likes the inside from what we saw earlier too. He is pretty consistent. The 0-2 pitch and check swing. Did she hold it up? Yes, she did. And it'll be just outside for ball 1. You move that one about another inch in over the plate, and that's probably a strike. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down. Alice kicks, fires, popped up over on the right side. Not even having to do much work. Taking 3 steps in is Apodaca and getting the pop out for out number 2. So quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Wildcats. And that'll bring Zimri Ellis to the plate. Ellis with nobody on. A little bit like Apodaca in that 3 spot. Has the big boom in the bat. So you like facing her with nobody on. To Ellis, and took a little bit off of that one and clips the outside corner for a called strike 1. Well, Ellis back out, now back in. Lavario sets up towards the middle of the plate. Marquez ready, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed as she served it up there and said, if you can hit it, you can have it. And Marquez winning that battle as Ellis going right over the top of it for strike 2. So the 0-2 count, Marquez, the quick worker, ready to go. Comes right at her, swung on, and that one is popped up into left field. It carries pretty good, and going back is Fuentes just in front of the track and makes the grab. So Ellis getting just a little bit under that one, gives it a ride, but comes up short, and it is 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Cats. We go to the second inning. No score in this one. Lovington Lady Cat softball back in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in, backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Lady Cats go 1-2-3, bottom of the first. We go to the second, no score in this district battle between Artesia and Lovington. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle here at Lovington at Lady Cat Field, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7. That is Whitmire, Fuentes, and Lavario due up for Artesia. After tonight, Thursday evening, right back here, doubleheader with Goddard coming to town to wrap up the regular season. The game originally scheduled for Friday, but with the potential for weather, deciding to do it on Thursday. In the first pitch, as Whitmire will take a big cut at one on the outside for a called strike, or rather swing and a miss, strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Kidoga ready. Pitch as Whitmire kind of shows the little slap bunt, pulls it back as that one sails away. And things even up at a ball and a strike. Ellis playing even with the bag at third. Ochoa playing even with the bag at first. Middle infielders deep. 1-1 pitch swung on. That one's heading to the tennis courts. And so now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Artesia. From the first base side of the rubber, Quiroga deals, and that one is going to be fouled off. Flanked it off the fist to stay alive. Whitmire, as Quiroga comes inside and takes just a touch off of it. Spoiled off what was thinking might be strike 3. And the third strikeout of the game for Quiroga. Grader doesn't waste much time. Check swing, does she go? Yes, ma'am, she does. Ring her up and sit her down. Ruiz drops it, and just to make sure, fires it over to first. So the check swing, strike 3, 3 Ks for Quiroga. And there is 1 down here in this top of the second inning. So now Brooklyn Fuentes, the left fielder for Artesia, steps in. Her glove ended the first inning. Now she's going to try and get Artesia going with the bat here in the second. 1 down, Quiroga deals, fires, and that one a hard shot on the ground and olayed by Ellis and out into left field. Bailey gets it and with the strong arm fires it in. But Ellis looks like she just was not quite ready for that over at third and kind of tried to backhand it instead of getting in front of it. She never touched it, so it's not an error. It will be a 1-out single to left. Fuentes with good speed. Now Lavario will step to the plate, the catcher. Of course, Ellis getting the start at third. I think this is her first start at third at the varsity level. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Of course, normally Johanna Ochoa over at first. Or over at third, I should say. But, well, and that one's a comebacker and knocked down by Quiroga. Handled by Ellis, fires it over to first, and that one's going to get away from Ochoa. And that will let everybody advance. So it will be a single and then an error. So Lavario with the single right back up the middle. Quiroga knocking it down. And I'm pretty sure Lavario with good speed would have been safe, but she moves to second on the error. And that'll be an E3 as Ochoa had it in the glove but just dropped it. And so now Artesia threatens with runners at second and third and just 1 out. Jalen Stroud, the DP, to the plate. So the error gonna hurt Lovington potentially. Now the pressure is on. Fastball comes inside, and that will be ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. So Stroud, slightly open stance. And Lavario actually standing over at first, and a good pitch swung on and tossed back out to shortstop just to make sure that nobody moves around. So Lady Bulldogs at the corners. Lavario did not move around. The error still allows Fuentes to go to third. Lavario showing bunt, putting that one down, and that will be fouled for strike number 2 on Stroud. I understand the thinking on that one. You're trying to put pressure on the defense, trying to make these youngsters make a mistake. Infield is in, at least on the left side. Rivero still playing back. Now swinging away at 1-2. The riser out of the zone evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count. A little pressure on with Lady Bulldogs at the corners. Back-to-back hits and then an error has got Artesia in business. As the wind, 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to miss away for ball number 3. So the 3 ball, 2 strike count loads it up. Second full count of the afternoon that Quiroga faces. First one this inning. Runners at the corners, payoff pitch swung on, and that's a line shot out into right field. That one is going to drop in. Hernandez gets to it, but it will plate 1. And so going from the word go was Lavario, and she gets to third, but Fuentes is cashed in. on the single to right, and Artesia takes the 1-0 lead. As now Isabel Cruz will step to the plate with runners at first and third. So Cruz, the right fielder. She settles into the right side box. As Quiroga ready, deals, fastball inside corner. Yes, ma'am, strike one. Good pitch. So the 0-1 count. Stroud at first, Lavario at third. And the top of the lineup waiting for Artesia. And swung on, and that one is popped up, and behind the plate getting to it is Ruiz. Doesn't even have to toss the mask. So Cruz will pop it out to Ruiz for out number 2. So 2 down now, and the top of the lineup back to the plate for Artesia. That'll be Daniela Munoz. So Lovington trying to get out of the jam with only the 1 run coming across. And the first pitch, that one comes out of the hand a little bit funny and sails on Quiroga, ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Quiroga ready, the 1-0 pitch inside corner, late break, curve ball, called strike 1. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Quiroga has a late break on her curve. She doesn't throw really a traditional curve. At baseball, we'd call it a cutter. That one will be off the end of the bat, and that'll be an error as it gets under the glove of Ochoa. Rivero gets to it and flips it to first, but that is not, is it in time? Yes, it is. So that will be 4-3 for out number 3, and it will save a run, and it saves an error. But Artesia does cash in on a Lady Cat error, and they take the 1-0 lead. After an inning and a half, it's Artesia 1, Lovington 0. Lady Cat softball back in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oilfield community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
1 run on 3 hits, 1 error committed by Lovington, and 2 runners left stranded for Artesia. The Lady Cats flirting with danger, and Artesia getting a run, but no more than that. Welcome back to Lady Wildcat Field. I'm TJ Miracle. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Middle third of the lineup due up for Lovington, and the inning ended on a great play by Rivero, which saved Ochoa an error and saved a run. So a 1-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second. Ochoa, Hernandez, and Zoe Ellis due up for your Lovington Lady Cats. So Artesia with the 1-0 lead. But Lovington with some pretty good defense to keep it from becoming more. But you cannot afford to make errors against these Lady Bulldogs. They will make you pay. Lovington's lucky it only cost them 1. So Ochoa steps in, the Lovington cleanup hitter, to lead it off here in the second. And the first pitch, that one will sail away for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Ochoa, Hernandez, Ellis, Garcia, Nini Hernandez waiting on deck. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one is heading to the bullpen on the right side. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Of course, these two teams have played each other a whole bunch of times over the years. 1-1 pitch, that one going to sail away, ball number 2. You know, this Lovington team, young, I'm sure they've seen most of these girls in travel ball, and they've watched them. Really nothing Lovington or Artesia could do on the softball diamond going to surprise anybody. And the 2-1 pitch, that one will be high for ball number 3. Ochoa with some pop in the bat, but also a very good eye for the nominal Cat third baseman. Getting the start at first today, so the 3-1 count. And swung on and missed and just runs the fast by Buyer as Ochoa waves at strike number 2. Nothing I can do about it, Tiff. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. First full count faced and the payoff pitch swung on and missed and took just a little bit off of that one. Wasn't a full changeup, but it was enough for the K. And one down for the Lady Cats. First strikeout of the game for Marquez. So that'll bring Nini Hernandez to the plate. So Hernandez will settle in right at the front of the box. Slightly open stance. So nobody on, 1 out, 1-0 the score in favor of Artesia. First pitch swung on. That one's back over our head and heading to the parking lot. Please don't hit the Great Pathfinder. Strike 1. So the no ball, 1-strike count. So the 0-1 count. That one going to sail up and away. As things even up at a ball and a strike. No, the 1-ball, 1-strike count. The wind on the way. That one going to sail up and away. Ball 2. Of course, with the weather coming in, all kinds of changes. Lovington's final homestand of the regular season, supposed to be on Friday, now on Thursday. Be their final games at home of the season. 2-1 delivery. That one going to sail. And that will be ball number 4 as Hernandez works the 1-out walk. First walk given up by Marquez. Oh, wait a minute. I just had ball 3, and I thought I was right on that. The ump says, yeah, come on back, young lady. Going to say, I didn't think I had missed a pitch, but I've been known to. So now it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. All right, my book wasn't off for once, and the pitch swung on and missed. Now it's 3-2. So that'll run the count full. So it'll run the count full. Back-to-back hitters here. Payoff pitch, and that will be a riser. And, yep, that will be ball 4. Okay. So runner heads to first. That's Hernandez, who does get the walk this time. Now Zoe Ellis to the plate. The youngster getting the start at third. 1 on, 1 out. So Ellis will settle in. I think the umpire coming over to get another baseball. And maybe mention, keep up with the count just a little bit better. Because I think even he was like, hey, wait a minute, that should have been. So now Ellis to the plate. The younger Ellis. First pitch to Zoe. Good pitch. Outside corner. Shaves the black for strike 1. So the no ball, 1-strike count. Runner at first is Hernandez. Good speed over there. There's Lavario. Very good catcher. Probably not going to bobble much. And showing bunt, and Ellis lays it down. Comes down the third baseline. No play other than to go to first for Whitmire. So it'll be a sac bunt, which will move Hernandez over. It'll be 6-3 for out number 2, but it will put a Lady Cat in scoring position with 2 down. And again, all the camera oopsies are entirely on me. So now Bailey Garcia to the plate. First pitch to Bailey, and that one is going to just miss away, ball 1. Bailey, a very good eye. And maybe kind of a mini slump here lately. If she gets the bat going, she can be a danger. It's taken something off of that one was Marquez. It was still a fastball, but not her full gas. And gets Garcia out in front and over the top of it. Things even up at a ball and a strike. Runner at second is Hernandez. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. As Garcia tried to shorten that one up and just came up empty for strike number 2. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Lovington with their first base runner in scoring position. 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up and heading over and on to the top of the press box. I think we may have lost our All right, I think we may have lost our friends from Artesia's camera guy up there. So the 1-2 pitch, and that one on the outside corner called strike three, and Bailey knows it as she starts walking to the dugout before the umpire even rings her up. So a strikeout, a walk, a sacrifice, a strikeout. So bookend strikeouts ends the Lovington threat in the second. We head to the third. Artesia 1, Lovington nothing. Lady Cat softball back in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
No runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left on in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. It is 2, 3, and 4 due up for Artesia, leading this one 1-0. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo this evening. Well, I never fly solo because you're with us. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight, covering the Hobbs-Clovis game back in Hobbs. That's also available, HobbsAmerica.com. Hobbs baseball also going on tonight. Eunice and Jowl playing each other. Softball, Eunice baseball, and we got stuff going on all over the place. So Marquez will step in. She popped out to Rivero back in the first. She is 0-1. So second time through the lineup. She'll take that one right back up the middle. Quiroga knocks it down, handles it, tosses over to Ochoa. Has to throw the fastball to get the speedy Marquez, but does. So it'll be 1-3 for out number one. Doesn't get much more efficient than that. One pitch, one out. So now it'll be Apodaca to the plate. Had a little bloop infield singler last time up. But now they've seen everything Quiroga has, so they're through the lineup once. I would expect them to start making a little better contact, and that'll be a lay shot, and that'll be off the wall, and it'll kick off into the corner. That's going to be at least a double. Apodaca will pull up at second as Garcia gets to it about as quickly as possible, and the good arm fires it in, but it's a one-out double pretty much right down the line and left for Apodaca. Laces it out there for the one-out double. So now Jade Hammond to the plate. Hammond 0 for 1, struck out her first time up. Now Quiroga will just try and shake off the hard single and worry about the batter at the plate. First pitch to Hammond will be outside, ball one. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Here in Lovington, you want to try and limit the damage, and no damage done as of yet. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one's going to the tennis courts. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Apodaca stands at second after the one-out double. Outfield deep. Infield pretty much their normal positions. Quiroga deals the 1-1 as that one will miss inside and high, ball 2. Think about Quiroga. She is not afraid to work the inner part of the plate. She's hit some girls this year, but not afraid to come inside. As the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one's heading to the tennis courts. Heads up over there as the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count. So this may be where you see Quiroga either come inside or come in with the changeup. 2-2 delivery on the way and gets her with the changeup, but it is going to miss away. So the right thinking there, just out of the zone, and runs the count full to the Artesia cleanup hitter, Jade Hammond. Quiroga ready to go, the quick worker. Payoff pitch, fastball swung on. That's on the ground, going to find its way through into the middle. Ellis gets to it. Apodaca rounds third. She is heading home as that one is thrown up the line. Ruiz can't get to it and then has to come around, gets screened out by the umpire, and then a throw over to third. is not going to be in time. So Apodaca going to score on the Hammond single. So that'll be an RBI single, and then the throw home will get Hammond with good speed all the way to third. I don't know if we put an error on that or not because that throw was way off the line, but because of the screen effect of the umpire, I don't think so. So it'll single and then two bases on the throw up the line, the play at the plate. So now Jenna Whitmire comes in, one out. Runner at third, Artesia threatening, trying to blow it open here in the third inning. Is that one out of play? Strike number one. So the 0-1 count. Of course, while we've got a moment, the umpire restocking his ball supply there. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. Couldn't do it without their help and support. When you need a good or service, support those businesses that support your cats and lady cats, and it's because of them we never have to charge or beg you for donations. And the 0-1 count swung on, and just a little dribbler, almost acting like a bunt. Ruiz gets to it, fires it to first, and not in time to get the speedy Whitmire. So an infield single, didn't get a lot of it, but just enough. And so that's the second time that just almost a miss hit has turned into an infield single. So now it'll be Brooklyn Fuentes as she laced one out to left her last time up. She is 1 for 1. She scored Artesia's first run of the ball game. One out, just one run across, but Lovington playing with fire. As that one going to miss, I guess, low for ball one. So ball one to Fuentes. Good speed with Whitmire. Of course, the shortstop moves very well. Hammond, the second baseman, also moves well at second. 1-0 pitch, and the runner does go, and Ruiz, that one's going to be in the dirt a little bit and not even going to attempt to toss it. So Whitmire with the stolen base. Coach Polito going to bring a sliding glove out for Whitmire. So a 2-0 count at the plate. Usually a 1-0 count at the plate to Fuentes. 1-0, and that one is going to miss. Ball two. So 3-0 actually. I did miss one in the book somewhere. So the 3-ball, no strike count. Whitmire at second, Hammond at third. And the 3-0 pitch, and that one's going to be away. Ball four. So Fuentes works the walk. Not the worst thing in the world that can happen, because you do get a force at any base. And here comes Coach McCraw. He's going to try and settle down the youngster out there, because definitely playing with fire with Aiden Lavario to the plate. An infield single her last time up. So she's 1 for 1. But you do not want to let Artesia turn more than one run in this inning if you can avoid it. So again, a lot of girls playing not necessarily in their primary positions today because of injury and illness and some other things. And so you've got Ellis getting her first varsity start at third, and Ochoa starting over at first today. So the meeting at the mound is over as Quiroga stays in the ring, and so now she will face Lavario, force at any base. As everybody going to check on the wristbands, make sure they know what to do. So bases are juiced as Lavario will step in, and the first pitch is at the knees, called strike one. So the no ball, one strike count. Trying to pitch out of the jam here is Quiroga. One run across dogs, and they threaten. Line in the 0-1, and that one going to just miss low. Things up at a ball and a strike. A little late movement on that one. So the 1-1 count, but it was low. Ruiz ready, sets up towards the outside. The wind and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot on the ground to second, and no play for Rivero. And so that will cash in Hammond. So that'll make it 3-0. So it'll be an RBI fielder's choice for Lavadio. Whitmire moves to third. Fuentes will be out 6-4 for out number 2. So Lady Bulldogs at the corners, 2 down. And now it'll be Jalen Stroud to the plate. She singled to right her last time up. And the off-speed pitch is going to be outside for ball number 1. 2 runs across for Artesia, but I think if you're Lovington, if you could keep this at just 2 runs, you would be pretty happy about it. And we will have a courtesy runner come into the ball game for Lavario, the catcher. That's going to be Ariana Artesia. First pitch, and that'll be on the inside corner. Snap, throw down, and Ella's playing a little bit off the base. Can't swipe down and get Whitmire. It was strike 1 at the plate. Little 1-1 strike count. Artesia over at first. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Fouled it, got just a tick on it, and it'll be strike number 2. So the 1-2 strike count. 2 runs across for Artesia this inning, but it could be much worse. Lovington with 2 outs trying to get out of the jam. Trying to keep this just a 3-run ball game. 1-2 pitch swung on and getting just a piece of that one, staying alive. Stroud coming on the inside fastball. So Whitmire at third. Runner at first for the catcher Lavadio. From the first base side of the rubber, Quiroga deals, swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Rivera will get to it, flip it to Ochoa at first in time for the out. 4-3 for out number 3. 2 runs come across for the Lady Bulldogs, but they leave 2 stranded. It's a 3-0 ball game. We'll be back. More Lady Cat softball in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety. Common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Artesia plates 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors committed, and 2 runners left stranded in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Lady Cats. That'll be Braylon Hernandez, Desiree Quiroga, and then back to the top with Leslie Corral. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on a breezy Tuesday afternoon from here in Lovington. So Marquez will still be in the ring. After today, of course, one more doubleheader remaining. That'll be now on Thursday afternoon, 4:30, right back here at Lady Cat Field. So the final Lady Cat ball games of the final home games of the season. They will be in the playoffs. Just a question of what seed did they get and where do we go? Will it be Aztec? Will it be Silver? Will it be Albuquerque? Will it be Artesia? I wouldn't be surprised if the NMAA found a way to make us go to Artesia. Of course, the way they've done it the last couple of seasons during this last round of realignment, they do the regional. Top 4 teams hosting. So anyway, now Hernandez will step in. Braylon getting the late nod, and the first pitch will be inside to Hernandez, ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Braylon originally not scheduled to start this game, but a late injury scratch. 1-0 pitch is high for ball number 2. The Lady Cats have played with fire on defense. Now they need to see if they can get a little fire going on the offense. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Pitch, that one will be inside corner, called strike one. Braylon trying to get out of the way of that one. Looked a little inside. He has been consistent, though, so no complaints here. In 2-1 pitch, same spot, but low. And that'll be ball 3. And he indicated that he thought it was low. I appreciate when an ump does that. So with 3-ball, 1 strike count, Braylon will have the green light if it's something that's grooved. And she takes a big hack at it. That one is heading over into the parkland off the state champ softball at the entrance here. So runs the count full to Hernandez. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Hernandez, Quiroga, and Corral. Lovington trails by 3. 3-2 swung on, and that one is going to be popped up. Somebody calls it, and that will be Munoz coming over from 3rd, who calls it. Gets it in the heel of the glove and makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 down. So now Desiree Quiroga to the plate. So pitcher on pitcher duel. So Quiroga with an opportunity to maybe try and help her own cause here with 1 down. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Marquez in the ring. She will twist and fire, and Quiroga takes that one into shallow center field. Could be trouble, but on the run, Molina in stride grabs that one. I thought that might be the wounded duck that fell in, but it did not. It'll be a fly out to shallow center for out number 2. Molina got a good jump on that one. And so quickly, 2 down. Now Leslie Corral to the plate. Leslie grounded out her last time up. She'll take the first pitch. That's a line shot foul out into left field for strike 1. So now they've been through 1 time. They've seen Marquez. Let's see what they can do. Lovington can be very aggressive at the bat. Let's see if they are any more aggressive this second time through. A little bit tentative the first time through, a lot of them. So now a no ball, 1 strike count to Corral. 2 down, nobody on. Took something off of that one, and it falls out of the zone, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Marquez from right in the middle of the rubber deals. Swung on, and that one is lifted in the air. Out to right field. Right fielder Cruz on the run. Turns the glove over and makes the grab for out number 3. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Lady Cats. We head to the 4th. It is Artesia 3, Lovington nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment. Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Lady Cats go 1-2-3 in the 3rd. We head to the 4th. It is 9-1-2, 2 up for Artesia. They lead this one 3-0. Welcome back to Lady Cat Field. I'm TJ Miracle. So Cruz, Munoz, and Marquez do up. Cruz popped out to Ruiz, the catcher. Her last time up, so she is 0-for-1. The Lovington's defense has played with fire the first 3 innings, but have just given up 3 runs despite some mistakes and having a lot of pressure on them. So Cruz will step in, the number 9 hitter, to lead it off. Cruz, of course, putting out the inning half inning ago, and she'll take the first pitch, and that one is to next door to us. So that'll be strike number one. What did I say, Miss Cruz? I didn't think I said anything that would make you mad. So a no ball, one strike count. And the pitch, that one a fastball, going to miss away. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Haven't had one come through the window yet this year. But there's still time. There's still half of this game. And that one will be hit in the air to left field. His back is Bailey on the run as that one carries to the track. And Garcia puts up the glove and grabs it at the wall. Cruz gives it a ride but comes up short as Garcia snags it at the wall for out number 1. So 1 down, turn it back over to the top of the lineup with Daniela Munoz. Struck out in the first, grounded out in the second, so 0 for 2. As Dawn would say 0 for 2 and due, but you certainly hope she's not due if you're a fan of the blue and white, and she will take a big cut at the first one. Bat needed to be about 3 inches longer on strike 1 as that one tailed out of the zone. So a no ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch off speed, and that one is going to miss away. The 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. Outfield deep, infield pretty much pointing straight up. Munoz settles back in. Quiroga, the quick worker, and the 1-1 pitch swung on. That one is heading to the tennis courts out on the right side, strike 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The kick, the pitch swung on. That's a grounder. It is handled. Corral gets it, fires across the diamond, and it is in time to get the speedy Munoz. Good job by Corral. She took the extra half second, set the feet before she fired across the diamond. So 2 outs. That was not an easy one, but they did a nice job as Ochoa stretched out, maintained contact with the bag, and gets it. So now Kat Marquez to the plate. She's 0 for 2. Pitcher with a chance to help her own cause. Artesia'd like to start something with 2 outs. In the first pitch, inside corner. Nice job on the fastball. Strike 1. Well, the 0-1 count. Everybody still straight up as everybody checks the wristbands. And the pitch, fastball. That one going to come inside. Evens things up at 1-1. It'll be interesting to see if she comes inside one more time or if she moves it to the outside. Thinking Marquez might be looking in. And the pitch swung on. That one was on the outside corner and reached and shot out of the play. Strike 2. So it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Had a lot of foul balls hitting this one. Yelp continues to restock the pouch there. Marquez can find a way on. Apodaca waits on deck. You do not want to face her with anybody on if you can avoid it. You'd like to just get Marquez out and go to the dugout and face Apodaca next inning. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one slips out of the hand a little bit, kind of a little oopsie. Lucky that one sailed, and so didn't stay in the zone, or that one was going to scream, hit me. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Quiroga has what she wants to, and the fastball tails away. And that was actually ball 4. I missed a ball somewhere. No, I didn't. It was ball 3. That's the second time they've done that to me today. So now it'll be a full count to Marquez at the plate. I know I occasionally miss a pitch, but I didn't think I'd miss that many. So the payoff pitch swung on. That's right down the line, and that is going to find its way through. Ochoa probably should have made that play, but she's the third baseman playing first. So I think, unfortunately, you've got to probably call that one the error. So the error, and we will have a courtesy runner in the ballgame. That'll be Jocelyn Stroud. So the second Lovington error of the afternoon as Artesia in business with the heart of their lineup to the plate as Kaden Apodaca. She had a double that put a dent in the left field wall her last time up. Apodaca will step in. She's 2 for 2, an infield single in the first, and then the ringing double in the third. Now with a chance trying to do some 2-out damage here in the fourth. First pitch, and that one will hit the outside corner and called strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Stroud on running over at first after the error keeps the inning alive. Pitch, and that one swung on, and Apodaca wanted all of that one, and I think we just lost a window in Wildcat Gym. So that is strike number 2. Apodaca wanting it all and wanting to make this a 5-0 ball game with 1 swing of the bat. She certainly could. But now a no ball, 2 strike count. And the 0-2 swung on, and that'll be a bouncer. And then Rivero, it bounces right off of the leg of Corral, and she doesn't touch second, but instead fires to first and gets Apodaca 6-3 for out number 3. Almost an error that turns into a highlight reel play. Artesia threatens but comes up empty. We're halfway through this one. It's Artesia 3, Lovington nothing. Lady Cat softball back in just a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on for Artesia in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Lady Cats. Ruiz, Ellis, and Ochoa. Lovington still looking for their first hit of the afternoon. They've only had a single base runner, and that came via the walk back in the second inning. So Artesia leading this one 3-0. Lovington definitely playing with fire, but this one could be a lot more lopsided than it is. 3-0. You feel okay about that against the number 1 team in the state. But you cannot continue to give them chances without getting some back. So Ruiz steps in. She popped up on the right side her first time up. So Delilah, the young catcher, 0 for 1. She will dig in with the blue New Balance and ready to go. Kat Marquez still in the ring, and she will deal. Swung on, that'll be a slow roller towards second as Hammond with it easily over to first to Apodaca. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. Doesn't get much more efficient than that. 1 down. Of course, Lovington a lot of times, second, third times through the lineup, will get more aggressive with the lumber. So now Zemery Ellis to the plate. Zim flew out to left her last time up. So she is 0 for 1. So the number 3 hitter for these Lady Cats in, and she'll take the first pitch and pop it up over on the right side this time. On the run is Cruz, but Hammond calls her off and goes about 10 feet back in the grass. Ellis swinging up on it. Quit swinging up. Just level it out and make good contact. So it'll be a pop out to the second baseman. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning is now Johanna Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa, the strikeout victim her last time. So 0 for 1. Marquez first pitch outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Strike 1. So the 0-1 count. Some does call that outside corner. It's generous, but it's consistent. So no complaints. The 0-1 pitch, and that one was a little bit too far out, and probably a little high too. And things even up, but a ball and a strike. So 1-1 to Ochoa, the Lady Cat cleanup hitter. Marquez quickly back to work. 1-1 pitch, and that one will be up and away, ball 2. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. 2 down for the Lady Cats, trailing 3-0. Ochoa with a slightly closed stance, really more neutral. 2-1 delivery, and that one on the inside corner and took something off of it. Marquez paints the stripe on the inside, and that'll even things up at 2-2. So now plate protection mode for Ochoa. And the 2-2 delivery, and that one going to roll in. Goes through the 5-hole on Lavario and actually hits the shin where it wasn't protected for the ump. So he's going to need to walk that one off for just a minute. The base umpire going to come over and dust off the rubber to kind of give his home plate compatriot time to catch his breath a minute. And then has a quick word with Marquez. Probably, don't cover it up quite so much. So the 3-ball, 2-strike count, of course, that's something you got to think about when you've got the natural surface like we do here. And that one will be low, ball 4. So that'll be the second walk issued by Marquez, and Lovington has their second base runner, just their second base runner of the afternoon. They're 2 down now, and Nini Hernandez to the plate. Nini with the walk her last time up, as Coach McCraw going to tell her something as she comes up. With 2 outs, I don't think she'd be bunting. She's got good speed, but not sure that's the play you want to make. First pitch from Nini, and she will take a big cut at that one and come up under it. Strike 1. Got a piece of it. So Ochoa running at first after working the 2-out walk. Hernandez at the plate. Hernandez 0 for 0 walked and was left stranded. Nini with the black and pink gloves today. That one will be up, and that one gets away from Lavario. And so the pass ball going to let Ochoa get down to second. And it's ball 2 at the plate to Hernandez. So Lovington trying to exert a little 2-out pressure here. And that one going to be swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. So now 1-ball, 2-strike count to Hernandez. Lovington still looking for their first hit of the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-2 delivery swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side as Apodaca goes over between the ring and first and will make the grab. Lovington gets a girl in scoring position but cannot move her around. After 4, it is Artesia 3, Lovington nothing. Lovington Lady Cat Softball back on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on for the Lady Cats in the bottom of the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th, middle third of the lineup, due up for Artesia. Hammond, Whitmire, and Fuentes, 4, 5, and 6. Back here at Lovington Lady Cat Field, I'm TJ Miracle. Hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday evening. Still a bit breezy, but really all in all, a pretty nice night. And so now it'll be Hammond to the plate. So Hammond 1 for 2, RBI single her last time up, also scored. So top 5. Skidoga, the 8th grader, still in the ring, and she will deal that one away, ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Outfield deep. Everybody else playing pretty much like you expect to see these days from softball. Middle infielders deep, corner infielders even with the bags. Swung on, and that'll be a golf shot, and the 3-iron out into center field. So it'll be a leadoff single for Hammond out into and pop it back in pretty quick, but the leadoff single for the Artesia cleanup hitter. Now Jenna Whitmire to the plate, 1 for 2. Infield single her last time up. She is 1 for 2. Of course, now the sun going down a little bit. So the left side of the infield, if anybody hits anything over there, it could be problems. So Whitmire will settle in. Talks to Coach Polito momentarily about something, just making sure she knew what the situation was. So the runner at first is Hammond. Nobody out. Whitmire going to show bunt. Now she'll pull it back, and she'll shoot that one foul over the press box. Strike one. Yeah, I don't really see Whitmire bunting with, even though that might be the smart play. Don't see that happening. Although there's a reason I'm sitting up here. So a no ball, 1 strike count. And she'll bunt and kind of pretend to wave at it, but pull it back as count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the leadoff single by Hammond. Now 1-1 to Whitmire. Artesia again. Danger zone for Lovington. Is that one going to sail away? I think Kidoga might have tried to put a little extra mustard on that one, and the release point just not where she wanted it. So it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Whitmire out, back in, kind of waves the bat. Now she's ready with the turquoise batting gloves. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one on the inside corner. Yes, ma'am, good pitch. He's called it there for both squads, and that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brooklyn Fuentes waits on deck. So a 3-0 lead, but Artesia, they are smelling an opportunity. And the pitch, that one's out of play, right side. So Whitmire gets a piece of it to stay alive. And the count stays at 2-2. Thursday night, right back here to wrap up the regular season. Doubleheader against Goddard starting at 5 o'clock. And the 2-2 pitch off speed, and that'll be on the ground, and Corral olays it. Hip, hip, olay. Unfortunately, that'll be the 3rd error of the ball game for the Lady Cats. Get in front of it. I'm sorry, that's just something that's been bothering me all season long. Softball and baseball. Front of it, knock it down. I realize, they say, well, you do that, you have a better angle. Well, if you yip it, it's not any good. 3rd error for the Lady Cats, and now Brooklyn Fuentes to the plate. Fuentes with a single back in the 2nd and scored. Then walked and was forced out as part of a fielder's choice in the 3rd. So she is 1 for 1. And now Artesia in business. Runners at 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Kidoga deals, and that one will be high for ball 1. Dealt the fastball, but it is out of the zone. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Lavario waits on deck. Lovington playing with fire. Can they find the extinguisher once again? 1-0 pitch swung on. That'll be a hard shot on the ground. Rivero with it. Smartly decides to just come over to first with it and take the out. So Fuentes will be out 4-3 for out number 1. It will move Whitmire to 2nd and Hammond to 3rd. As that'll be 1 down is Lavario, the catcher, to the plate now. I reposition the camera there. So a single back in the 1st and then reach via fielder's choice as an RBI in this one. And the pitch to Lavario. That one sails away. Ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Of course, Kidoga with just the 8th grader. Sometimes we've seen, I think it's a lot of fatigue sometimes setting in late in games. 1-0 pitch. That one going to sail high. Gets away from Ruiz, but she will get to it quickly and smartly just toss it back to Quiroga, who sprinted in. So that will keep Hammond over at 3rd. Makes it a 2 ball, no strike count. And if we see another runner, I would not be terribly surprised to see Coach McCraw go to Braylon Hernandez and the pitch, and that one will miss outside. Ball 3. And the 3 ball, no strike count. Artesia wins. They claim the district championship. Nobody could catch them. Lovington were to come back and win, they would postpone that and guarantee themselves no worse than 2nd in district. And the 3-0 pitch, and that one is on the outside corner, called strike one. Got to think the take sign on there for Lavario on the way. DP Stroud waits on deck, the DH. Whitmire at second, Hammond at third. Outfield deep, just one down. Artesia up by 3, but threatening. And the pitch swung on. That's a slow roller as Rivero gets it at second, comes over to first in time to get the out at first, but it'll be an RBI ground out for Lavario. As that will cash in Hammond. Whitmire moves to third, and there is 2 down. But that makes this a 4-0 ball game. And Stroud to the plate, 1 for 2. Ground last time up. So the 1-2 count. And the first pitch going to roll in as Ruiz knocks it down, keeps it in front of her. It'll be ball number 1. So if Lovington could wind up getting out of this with just 1 run scored, I think you would consider that a victory of sorts. Especially when you got 2 on and nobody out. The 1-0 pitch, and that fastball going to be on the inside corner. Yes, ma'am. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Artesia with a run across and trying to do more with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch to Stroud. Swung on and missed. Got her with that inside fastball, tied her up. But they're going to call it right there. You got to swing at it. Stroud taking the hack at it. It was a good pitch. So now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down. Kidoga ready. She will deal. Swung on, and that one popped up into the chain link. Stroud will stay alive. So now that you've come to her 3 times on the inside corner, maybe you think about throwing that changeup outside. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. Maybe you think about the fastball outside, or maybe you just come back inside. I don't know. And the 1-2 pitch comes inside. Changeup, ringer up, set her down. That'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Kidoga, and will end the Artesia threat here in the 5th. But a run does come across. Artesia takes the 4-0 lead after 4.5 innings. Lady Cat softball back in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in, backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
1 run on 1 hit. Lovington commits an error, and 1 runner is left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 6, 7, and 8. Due up for the Lady Cats, still searching for their first hit of the ball game against Katrin Marquez. So it'll be Ellis, Garcia, and then Braylon Hernandez due up. Ellis had the sacrifice grounder her last time up to get Hernandez into scoring position, so she is 0 for 0. So the young Ellis getting the start at third base here this afternoon. So she will step in to face Marquez for her time up to lead it off. Good speed up there, and the first pitch from Marquez will be away for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count, just underway, bottom 5. 4-0 ball game in favor of Artesia. It swung on and missed and just runs the fastball by Ellis. And things even up at a ball and a strike. Lovington has played with fire this whole game. A timely strikeout and some timely defensive plays have kept this just a 4-run deficit. Swung on, that one's hit off the fist and onto the top of the Lovington dugout, and then over into the bullpen area, strike 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Again, this could be 8, 9, 10 nothing at this point, but the defense, even though they've committed 3 errors, has managed to keep it at least close, and that'll be a shot and goes to the shortstop. She comes up, fires over to first, and in time as Whitmire, as Apodaca stretches down the first baseline and gets the Speedy Ellis by maybe a cleat length. Credit where credit is due. 6-3 on a good throw by Whitmire and a good dig by Apodaca for out number 1 to get the Speedy Ellis. That'll be Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey 0 for 1, struck out looking her last time up. And the first pitch got her with the rising fastball, swung on and missed. So an 0-1 count. Again, the Lady Cats still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Both their runners have come via the walk. 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is hit off the fists and right to the shortstop. Whitmire comes over and makes the grab, then bobbles it on the transition to go around the horn, but the out had already been called, so the little pop out to short, and 2 up, 2 down for Lovington. And that'll be Braylon Hernandez to the plate. Braylon popped out to Munoz over at third, her first time up, so she's 0 for 1. She can find a way on. Cadoga waits on deck. Marquez seems to just be sailing at this point, and that one sails over at the knees, right over the heart of the plate. Good pitch, strike 1. So the 0-1 count. Hernandez out, now she's back in. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one hit off the fist. That one could be trouble, and that one will dump in to the alley in left center. Just the little bloop fly will be Lovington's first hit of the ball game, and it comes with 2 outs here in the third, or in the fifth, I should say. And now Desiree Quiroga to the plate. So Lovington with Hernandez getting their first hit of the ball game. So Quiroga going to try and see if they can spark something with 2 outs here. As Marquez deals the fastball outside corner, strike 1. So the 0-1 count. Runner at first is Hernandez. And the pitch swung on and missed as Quiroga wanted all of that one. Snap throw down to first as Lavadio Apodaca sweeps it out as Hernandez was playing off first a little bit. Lovington can be a bit, let's say, aggressive and sometimes over-aggressive on the base paths. And the 0-2 pitch, and that was the riser. Another throw down as Hernandez again playing out of over first. So the 1-2 strike count. Again, I understand being aggressive, putting pressure on, but you got to be smart about it. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3, and Lavario handles it. Just the third K of the ball game for Marquez, but she's been pretty efficient otherwise. So Lovington gets their first hit of the ball game, but leave her stranded over at first. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Artesia 4, Lovington nothing. Lady Cat softball returns here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on for Lovington in the bottom of the 5th. As we head to the top of the 6th, it'll be 9-1-2 due up for Artesia, Cruz, Munoz, and Marquez. I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome back. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday evening, afternoon into evening. So Cruz will lead it off 0 for 2, and the first pitch from Quiroga on the outside corner, strike one. So the no ball, one strike count underway, top six. Lovington needs clean innings here, trailing by 4. And, of course, Artesia wants non-clean innings for Lovington. And that one, good pitch, breaking ball late. And it'll be strike 2, so the no ball, 2 strike count. Artesia wants insurance runs, and the pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the inside fastball. Ringer up, set her down. That'll be the 5th K of the ball game for Kidoga, and there is one down here, top 6. But it turns it back over to the top of the dangerous Lady Bulldog lineup as Daniela Munoz will step in. She is 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out to second, ground out to short. Go back to the top of the lineup, and the changeup kind of comes out of the hand funny for ball 1. The 1 ball, no strike count. Outfield deep, infield straight up. Nobody out, or rather nobody on, 1 out. And the 1-0 pitch, that one will roll inside. Might have gotten you striking bowling, but it's just ball number 2 in softball. So with 2 ball, no strike count, back to the top of the lineup. So Kidoga, once she is ready, she deals, and it'll be the 2-0, and that one will sail up and away, ball 3. If you can avoid it, you do not want to let Apodaca come up with people on base. She's been getting her timing down. So the 3-0 pitch, and that one will be away for ball 4. And that will be the second walk issued by Apodaca, or rather by Kidoga. And so now you will probably have to face Apodaca. You could use a double play right here. Hard to do with good speed on the base pass. So Marquez leading 0 for 3, reached on an error her last time up, and the first pitch to her on the inside corner called strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Munoz at first with the 1-out walk. The 0-1. Kidoga taking her time, looking over the wristband. Ruiz doing that too. And the 0-1 swung on, and that's a line shot right at third, and then over to first, but it's going to get away from Ochoa. Backing it up is Hernandez, but she can't get to it in time, and so it is a great line out. So the line out to Ellis over at third, and then she fires across the diamond and gives up the base. So that will be another error on the Lady Cats, but 2 down. 4th error on Lovington. And so now Apodaca will step in. She is 2 for 3 as here comes Coach McCraw again. Will that do it for Quiroga? Will we see Braylon Hernandez? That'll be the question. Or is he just going to try and settle things down? 4 errors for the Lady Cats. They've only cost them a couple, and let me look back, but yeah, it's cost them 1 of the 4 runs on the board, but you don't want to let this get out of hand. You've got 2 outs, but Apodaca, I'm not sure I don't just put up the 4 fingers with Apodaca and tell her to go to first and try it out with Jade Hammond. Of course, she's 2 for 3 herself. Of course, you're going to have to, if you make the playoffs, pretty good shot that you're going to be playing this Artesia squad again. I have a feeling the NMA will do anything they can to put Lovington Artesia in the same regional, which would be in Artesia. Well, it helps for the travel. Oh, Apodaca in, and the first pitch is away for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. I would not expect them to give her anything that she could really handle. And the 1-0, and swung on and getting a piece of that one. Squibbing it off the end of the bat. That probably would have been ball number 2. So Apodaca, with Munoz standing at second. Worked the walk, then moved over to second on an error. And that one going to sail for ball 3. Or ball 2, I should say. And so the wild pitch is going to get Munoz over to third. And it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count to Apodaca at the plate. And they've been pitching her outside. So runner at third, 2 outs. Don't worry so much about the runner at third. And the pitch, that's another one that's going to sail outside for ball 3. I have a feeling this isn't going to be an intentional walk in the books, but it's an intentional walk. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. And 3-1 pitch, and that one's away for ball 4. Yep, did not really give her anything to hit. So an intentional walk, even though it will not go in the books that way, will put runners at the corners. Apodaca at first, Munoz at third, and now Jade Hammond to the plate. She's had a couple of singles to right, a couple runs scored, and an RBI in this one. She's 2 for 3. Single here scores at least 1. As Kidoka comes right at her, and that'll be a line shot, falls in front of Rivero. Audrey handles it, fires it over to first in time. 4-3 for out number 3. Artesia threatens, but comes up empty in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Artesia 4, Lovington nothing. Lady Cat softball returns in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
For Artesia, no runs, no hits, 1 error committed by Lovington, and they leave 2 more stranded. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the Lady Cat lineup, due up, Corral, Ruiz, and Ellis. 1, 2, 3, due up for Coach McCraw's Lady Cats. Welcome back to Lovington softball here at Lovington Lady Wildcat Field. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. So Corral 0 for 2 steps in, grounded out in the first, then flew out to right to end the third. So Leslie 0 for 2. That would like to start the line moving. Lovington only down by 4. Could be a lot worse as they have played with fire this whole game. And Marquez has managed to pretty much mow them down, giving up just 1 hit through the first 5 innings of play. First pitch to Leslie, and that's a hard shot on the ground, knocked down by Munoz, and then she will fire across the diamond, and it is in time to get the speedy Corral. Again, Apodaca with that big frame and the long arm stretches out and gets the speedy Corral. 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 down is now Delilah Ruiz to the plate. Delilah 0 for 2. And the first pitch to Delilah, she'll swing on that one and foul it off the fist. Strike 1. Ground pop out to the first baseman, and then a ground out to second for Delilah. And she will settle back in. As Marquez ready, will deal, and that one will sail high. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cats still been held to just 1 hit and just 3 base runners in the game. 1-1 pitch swung on, and Delilah gets a piece of that one and ticks it foul for strike number 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Got Molina a couple of steps over towards left. And Cruz playing a little towards the line and right. Huge hole out in right center. You could shoot it there. The 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one has popped up on the right side and could be trouble, but nobody able to get to it. And so the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1-2 count due up in the 7th for Artesia. It'll be their 5, 6, and 7 due up. Lovington still looking to break through onto the board. 1 out. And the 1-2 pitch to Ruiz swung on and gets a piece of that one. Delilah stays alive. A pretty good battle going on. Delilah steps out. Now she will step back in. Is Whitmire coming over and having words with Marquez. 1-2 delivery, and that one will be in the dirt and off the plate. And things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count. As Whitmire and Munoz both come over and offer some words. And Hammond comes in too. 2-2, and that one swung on and popped up. That one is coming up over our heads and off the top of the press box. So the count stays 2-2. Delilah will stay alive as she has fought off some pretty good pitches there for Marquez. Marquez only 3 Ks in the ball game. Lovington has managed to get a little wood on it, but it is. They hadn't hit her real hard, and it's always been seemingly right at somebody. 2-2 delivery on the way, swung on, and that's a chopper. Munoz handles it at third, comes to Apodaca. Easily 5-3 for out number 2, as that one was played cleanly by Munoz. So really no chance for the Speedy Ruiz to do much right there. So 2 up, 2 down, and now Zimmery Ellis to the plate. So the Lady Cat center fielder steps in. Fly out to right, the pop out to second. And the first pitch to Zim is up high for ball 1. 1-0 count. But he playing pretty well straight up. Molina still maybe a step or 2 over towards the alley in left center. That one will be low for ball 2. And with 2 ball, no strike count, 2 down, bottom 6. Lovington trailing by 4. Coming to the plate, Ellis with a line shot. That's going to be off the Battle Energy sign out in left center. It's misplayed by Fuentes. Ellis with good speed heads into second. So she will have the 2-out double. Rings off the wall in left. And so Lovington trying to get a 2-out rally moving with Johanna Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa 0 for 1, struck out in the second and then walked in the fourth. So Ellis at second, Lovington with their third runner in scoring position, and the cleanup hitter at the plate. That one will come inside to Johanna for ball 1. The 1-0 count, Ellis with the 2-out double. Marquez working on a 2-hit shutout at this point. And that one will be high for ball 2. So the 2-0 count now to Ochoa. Inning started with Corral and Ruiz both grounding out to Munoz. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one's going to be on the outside corner. Nice pitch there for Marquez. Took just a little bit off of that one and got the zone. There was one to tee off on for Johanna. That one was probably it. So now the 2-1 pitch, and that one will sail up and away, ball 3. So with 3-1 count, Lady Cats need base runners here. So with 3 ball, 1 strike count, Ochoa will have the green light if it's grooved. And that one will be inside, ball 4. So that'll be the third walk issued. So Zoe Blackwell will come in to hit for Nini Hernandez. Blackwell to pinch hit, so she'll have her first at bat of the ball game. McCraw going with the gun on his pinch hitter here is Blackwell to hit for Hernandez, who was 0 for 1. So Blackwell, another one of the youngsters for this Lady Cat team. They've been injured a little bit this season. Of course, wearing the knee brace on the right knee. Never fun to try to play with one of those. Ask me how I know. Actually, don't ask me. It brings back bad memories. So Blackwell will step in the open stance. And the first pitch, that one will be at the top of the zone. Strike 1, gets away from the catcher who fires down to second, but good speed for Ellis as she will slide in with the stolen base. So a strike to Blackwell, but everybody moves along with Ochoa to second and Ellis to third. So now Lovington, their first runner at third, as Blackwell takes a big cut at that one, gets a piece of it. Strike 2, fouled it off. So now a no ball, 2-strike count. Blackwell takes the big deep breath and then will step back in. Marquez has what she wants. She'll come to the plate. Swung on and missed. The changeup gets her ringer up, set her down. So Lovington threatens but comes up empty in the 6th. We head to the 7th. Artesia 4, Lovington nothing. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
The Lady Cats threaten but come up empty in the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 2 runners on base. We head to the 7th. It'll be Whitmire, Fuentes, and Lavario, 5, 6, and 7. Due up for Artesia, leading this one by a score of 4-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. So Lady Cats, after tonight, with just 2 more home games this regular season, they'll come Thursday night with the Goddard Lady Rockets in town to close it off. So the Lady Bulldogs trying to get a few insurance runs on the board before we go to the 7th inning. Whitmire 1 for 3, and the first pitch will be outside for ball number 1. Whitmire struck out in the 2nd. Infield single, then reached via an error. So a 1-ball, no strike count. As Kidoga fires, deals that one in the air, but foul down behind the Lovington dugout. Things even up at a ball and a strike. Outfield deep, straight away. Infield pretty much playing straight up. 4 errors in the ball game have hurt the Lady Cats. The defense, even though time's shaky, have held Artesia to just 4 runs. As that fastball going to miss away. And with 2-ball, 1 strike count, as the blue and white groan a little bit. It looked a little out from here. You're not going to hear any complaints. The ump has been consistent with his corners for both teams. 2-1 pitch, and that one's on the inside corner. Yes, ma'am. Good pitch. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whitmire with good speed. They'd like to get her on. Moon already rising over in the east. 2-2 delivery inside, and that'll be ball 3. So Whitmire works the count full to lead it off. Whitmire, Fuentes, and Lavario due up for Coach Polito's squad here in this top of the 7th. The wind and the payoff swung on, and that one lifted in the air out to right field. Going back and making the grab is Hernandez. So the fly out to right for out number 1. Whitmire gives it a ride but comes up short. Good play by Hernandez, and so now Brooklyn Fuentes steps in. Fuentes 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 2nd. Walked in the 3rd and then grounded out in the 5th. 1 down now. And the first pitch will be on the outside corner. Tails and clips the corner, strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Artesia needing insurance. Lovington wanting to keep it right where it is at. And the 0-1 inside, tried to get the breaker and didn't break enough. And evens things up at 1-1. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Wind continuing to gust out of the west. That's from right to left here at Lady Cat Field. Swung on, and that one fouled off the helmet of Ruiz. Strike number 2. Imagine Ruiz kind of blinked a little hard about that. Says, "You all right?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm all right." Uh-oh, and Coach McCraw going to come out and check and just make sure that she's all right. She's putting the lid back on. Of course, they're very careful with concussion, and they've got to go through that protocol. And Ruiz says, "Yeah, I'm good, Coach. I got this." The 1-ball, 2-strike count. Everybody looks to the dugout. Coach McCraw will relay the signals in. And Kidoga ready to go. And the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Ring her up and set her down. Got her with the tailing fastball. 6K of the ball game for Kidoga. And there is 2 down for the Lady Bulldogs in their half of the 7th with Aiden Lavadio to the plate. Lavadio 1 for 3. Singled in the first, reached via fielder's choice, and grounded out, but she's got 2 RBIs in the ball game. The open stance for the Lady Dogs catcher, and the first pitch, and that one will tail onto the outside corner. Strike 1. So the 0-1 count. Setting up inside this time, Ruiz, and the pitch. That one is on the inside, but high for ball 1. 1-ball, 1-strike count. If Lavario could find a way on, Stroud, the DP, waits on deck. Lovington would prefer not to face her. Next one is going to just miss low for ball 2. Pretty good pitch, but low from Kidoga. She's gone the whole way in this one. Just giving up 7 hits, but she has had a lot of high-stress pitches out there in this one. And the 2-1 delivery swung on, fought off the fists, and popped foul over into the Lovington dugout. Things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count due up for the Lady Cats in their half of the 7th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Ellis, Garcia, Hernandez if Coach McCraw keeps it that way. 2-2 delivery swung on, and that one is hit high in the air to deep left field, but it will go foul out into the bullpen and warm-up area. So the count stays 2-2, just a loud, well, nothing, because the count doesn't change. It looked like Lavario guessed right on that one and just got around a little bit early on it. So the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kidoga ready, deals the 2-2, and that one will be low and away. Out of the glove of Ruiz, nobody on, no harm, no foul, and runs the count full to Lavadio. So what does the 8th grader have for here with the full count? And timeout asked for. And we've got somebody went and retrieved the foul ball over there and brought it in. Well, everybody takes a deep breath, and here we go. 3-2 the count. Lavadio, the catcher, back in. Kidoga asks for time and gets it. Breaks contact with the rubber. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down, and the wind, and the payoff pitch swung on, and Lavadio will stay alive. Gets that one off the end of the bat and into the chain link. So the count remains 3-2. Corral reaches down, make sure the Nikes are laced up good. Payoff pitch again, swung on the riser, and that one's out of play over to the bullpen. So fouls another one off. Pretty good battle here between the 8th grader and the Artesia vets, their veteran catcher, Lavadio. The 3-ball, 2-strike count. We'll try it one more time, and the pitch, and that one is going to just miss low for ball 4. So the 2-out walk for Lavadio, 4th walk issued in the ball game. And we will have a courtesy runner check into the ball game, I've got to think. So Rodriguez in to run. Has a pretty good battle there. And so now that will bring Stroud to the plate. So Stroud 1 for 3, struck out her last time up, ripped one to right back in the second. And grounded out to Rivero. And she'll take the first one back into the chain link for strike number 1. So no ball, 1 strike count, outfield deep, runner at first, Rodriguez. Courtesy running for Lavario, who worked the walk after a pretty good battle. Artesia trying to get insurance runs. Lovington trying to keep it right where it is. 4-0 as took something off of that one at the knees, clips the inside corner. And that will be a called strike 2. So the no ball, 2 strike count. Setting up outside Ruiz, the pitch, and that one is in there. Called strike 3, shaved the outside corner. Stroud shakes the head and heads to the bench. But the Lady Bulldogs get a girl on, but can't move her around. 7th K of the ball game for Kidoga. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Final chance for the Lady Cats to keep the Lady Dogs from claiming the district championship on Lovington turf. Can they do it? We'll find out when we come back. This is Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Walmart Digital and KZOR Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on for Artesia in the top of the 7th. Final chance here in the bottom of the 7th for the Lovington Lady Cats. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Ellis, Garcia, and Hernandez, unless Coach McCraw decides to make some changes, and it will be Zoe Ellis leading it off. Ellis 0 for 1 at a sacrifice back in the 2nd, then grounded out in the 5th. And he does have Bailey standing on deck, so we know Ellis and Garcia will do up, and so Marquez trying to go the whole way. She's got a 2-hit shutout going. Lovington does not want to get skunked. So it'll be up to Ellis to start it off, and the first pitch to Ellis is inside and gets away from Lavadio, ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. As Ellis out, back in, takes a quick look down at Coach McCraw. Marquez ready, and the 1-0 pitch. That one right down the pipe. So we're probably not going to see a better pitch than that all season. But just not quite ready for it, I guess. And it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 1-1 delivery swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Could be playable, and it is. Apodaca in foul ground just behind the Lovington dugout will make the grab for out number 1. So 1 down for the Lady Cats as now Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey 0 for 2, struck out back in the 2nd, popped out to the shortstop in the 5th. So 0 for 2 and due. First pitch to Garcia, swung on and missed. Bailey comes up underneath that one. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Braylon Hernandez does wait on deck. Hopefully she'll have a runner on base in front of her. And that one going to sail on Marquez. As things even up at a ball and a strike. Outfield deep, infield pretty much playing straight up. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Marquez twirls, deals, and that one was going to come off the knob of the bat. Foul ball. That's one of them you hate. That's just a bad luck foul. And it's a bad luck strike 2. And trying to pull the hands out and just caught the knob. So the 1-2 delivery swung on, and did she get a piece of that one? No, she didn't. Swung on and missed, but it gets away. But it'll be a throw down as Lavadio sails it to Apodaca, who uses the long arms and stretching up and get it. So that'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Marquez. And the Lady Cats are down to their final 3 strikes in this district matchup. So it'll be Braylon Hernandez's turn. Braylon, the first hit of the ball game off of Marquez. She's 1 for 2. It's to Braylon, and that one is going to be low for ball 1. So Lovington going to have to get a 2-out rally going if they can. That Ivory Lopez waiting on deck, yes it is. So Braylon can find her way on. Lopez to pinch hit. That one is going to be top of the zone. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. 4-0, Artesia in the lead. It swung on and missed as Bailey took a hack at a pretty good pitch and comes up empty. And so now the Lady Cats are down to their final strike of the evening. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Marquez ready, she'll deal. Swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side as hollering all the way in is Munoz saying, got it, got it, got it, and she did. And so the pop out for out number 3 will end this one as Lovington falls by a final score of 4-0, and Artesia will claim the district crown here today. Nobody can catch them. So Artesia will go to a perfect 7-0 in district. Lovington will drop to 4-3 with the doubleheader coming up against Goddard on Thursday. Final line score in this one for Artesia. They get 4 runs on 7 hits. No errors committed, and they leave 10 runners out on the base paths. For Lovington, no runs on 2 hits. They commit 4 errors, and they leave 5 stranded. And with that, my friends, we will wrap this one up as the Lady Bulldogs proving why they are the number 1 team in the state, but Lovington fighting gamely, but coming up short 4-0. We'll be back with you on Thursday afternoon, right back here, 5 o'clock for the doubleheader against Goddard. Dawn Morgan will have the call for you here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. I'll be over at the baseball park with the baseball boys as they start their final series of the season against Portales. So with that, my friends, we put a wrap on this one. 4-0 Artesia. The final in this one for Tiffany V. Keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracles saying so long from Lovington. And thank you for watching. This has been a presentation of Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody.